Hi everybody, my name's Claire. I'm going to do a straight pour tonight. I love straight pours and I haven't done a straight pour for probably months, a really long time. But I'm going to do something a bit different. I normally go for paintings with lots of really bright, bold colours. I'm not going to do that. I want my theme to be blue, dark blue and gold. I saw something on YouTube or somewhere recently with blues and golds and it was stunning, absolutely beautiful. So I'm literally just using blues, gold and some white. So let me show you the colours I'm using. So here are my colours. I have never had such a simple lineup of colours. So I've got Montmartre Gold, I've got Amsterdam White, I've got the Pebeo Studio Acrylics Iridescent Blue Black, and then the fourth colour is just a combination of these. I wanted to do just Prussian Blue, but I ran out, so I've also added some Payne's Grey, which is really similar, just a bit darker. So I've just combined those two together, and here they are. So this is the blue black. It's just the most beautiful iridescent colour. It's quite nice and thick, so I've mixed this 50-50 pouring medium to paint, and my pouring medium is my PVA glue and water pouring medium, and I've mixed that 2 parts PVA glue to 1 part water, and then mixed 50-50 pouring medium to paint. So you can see the trace. It's quite nice and thick. This is the Prussian Blue and the Payne's Grey, so a really dark sort of navy looking colour. It's just gorgeous. So I'm hoping that that will really complement the iridescent. So they're very similar colours. This one's darker, but I'm hoping they'll stand out because this one's iridescent, so they are different. And then, of course, my gold. So I'm going to layer up a cup with these 4 colours. To layer up this cup, what I've just done is divided the white into 2 cups because I'd quite like to have the white either side of the blues, because obviously that white will also be at this end because it will be the cycle will be repeated. And by doing that as well, I'm then separating the 2 iridescent colours so they're not going to be side by side. So just thinking about what I'm going to put in first. I think what I might do is actually, I think I might actually go with the gold first. So whatever colour I put in first is the colour that's going to come out last. So if you think in the centre of a straight pour, I quite like it if it's quite light and bright. In fact, I'm just going to therefore add just a little bit of white as well. So a little bit of gold, a little bit of white on top. And then I'm going to start my order. So going this way. So the paints are quite nice and thick, so I'm just layering them on top of each other. So canvas I'm using here is a 30 by 40 centimetre. I'm going to just put a little puddle of white in the middle. I'm just watering, there's just a bit of leftover white in one of the pots here. So I've just watered it down so it's nice and runny. And by doing that, when I pour the paint out, it just gives something, it just helps the paint to glide over the surface of the canvas. So instead of it being a really dry canvas with lots of friction, it should just help the paint just to glide over. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a tilt around just so some of it's covering. And then when I tilt it later, what I might end up doing is diluting some of the other colours as well to just to help the paint flow. So there's lots of air bubbles in that because I've just added water, so I'm just going to burst them with the blowtorch. Right, so let's pour this out and see what happens. So my plan will be to hold the cup over. I'm going to be lifting the cup up and then lowering it back down, and then I'm also going to be twisting the cup around because how you hold the cup has just big impact on the end result that you get. So I'm going to be moving around quite a bit. Brilliant. Right, apart from the drip I've just done, I'm really pleased with that. Looks lovely, looks really pretty. So I'm just going to give it a good torch. Can't believe I've just dripped in it, never mind. Can't do anything about that now. Right, let's have a think. There's a lot of paint on here. What I might do is just spread some of this blue out at the edge, because that will just help. There's a lot of paint, so if I add more paint, I'm going to be just making the canvas heavier. Because obviously the edges are going to get tilted over the edge of the canvas, so though it seems a shame to be putting my finger in it, it doesn't really matter. I'll just wet the edges as well, because that will help it just flow over the edges. Right, so here goes. Let's start tilting. So the reason I'm tilting now is to stretch this design. So you should hopefully be able to see that although I'm stretching it, it's not rolling over on itself at the moment. It's just flowing out and stretching, and that's because that paint is down, that extra paint. And you can see how much paint is on here because it's moving really quite easily. Right, so at that point it's about to start rolling over itself. So I think I'm going to just water down a little bit of the paint. I'm so, so happy with this. As I was tilting it, I didn't like it. And it just looked all very congested and very, very, very busy. But as soon as I went over the third corner, I thought, actually, you can see it all stretching out. I'm really liking it. There was a very dark section up here, so I tilted back that way. And then there was too much gold at the bottom here. So again, I tilted that way. So maybe stretched too much, but I'm really, really happy with it. So the separation of the gold and the blue and the white is just absolutely perfect. You've got this like river of blue going through here. It's the colours have mixed and created this colour here, which is a kind of grey colour. So I guess that's the white and the Payne's grey. It's the bluer side of the grey, the blacker side of the Payne's grey coming through to make the grey, which is interesting. But just look at all the lines. I've forgotten, having not done a straight pour in such a long time, I had forgotten just actually how satisfying they are and how rewarding they are, because the detail is just beautiful. And of course you can see all the sparkle there. The gold is obviously everywhere in this painting, so it's going to really sparkle. You can see some of the sparkle there in the blue, which will be the iridescent blue-black. I think a lot of this blue looks like the Payne's grey though, not the iridescent one. So I wonder if there is going to be less of that showing at the end. The only way to really tell which is the Payne's grey, which is the iridescent blue-black, will be when it's dry. And I'll have a look and see if it sparkles, see if it shines, see how iridescent it is. So that is the wet result. So I will be back once it's dry. So here's the dry painting. It's dried so well. I'm so, so pleased with it. The gold is absolutely amazing. Let me show you how shimmery. It's just so, so bright. And I think once that's varnished, the brightness, oh, it's just going to look amazing. I absolutely love it. So pleased with these colours. The blue is exactly what I was wanting. A really nice dark blue. What's really interesting is the only bit of the iridescent blue I can find is here. Can you see it's there? It's just, yeah, slightly shimmery, slightly iridescent. All of the rest seems to be the other blue, which is fine. So I guess I'm slightly disappointed there isn't any shimmer. Even here where it's lighter, that's not shimmery. That's just the Payne's grey and Prussian blue mixture with a bit of white. The lines are absolutely gorgeous. There are just so many beautiful lines. Look, it almost looks like tree rings there, I think. I just think the combination, dark blue, gold and white, is just so pretty. So although this is quite a limited colour palette for me, I love it. Really, really like it. Really pleased. So let me know what you think. Do give it a thumbs up if you like it. Let me know. Any comments I'd love to read. I'd love to see what you think. Great. Thank you so, so much for watching my video. Great. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Take care. Bye.